Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely Stream Deck. For more information about the Stream Deck, the link is in the description below. Good evening everybody and welcome to Apex Online Racing's IndyCar League for the Xbox One tier Season 3. We are here at round number 5 at the Daytona Road circuit, and it was a racetrack that was instrumental in the formation of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, also known as NASCAR. It also became famous where 15 world land speed records were set. Are anyone going to set any lap records today? Let's find out. Hi, I am JessGame95 and I will be one of your commentators. Well, I'll be your only commentator throughout this evening's race, and I hope you all are as excited as I am to kick off the proceedings today. So let's get straight to the action today. So we are in Daytona, as I said. We've only got 7 drivers, but the 7 drivers that we've got on offer are still willing to give you some action to show you, so we're very excited to see what we can do. And it is a really tough circuit. The drivers can get caught out because most people may be used to driving the Daytona Speedway version of the circuit, where it's like most oval tracks, but including me, I usually get caught out here as well. So hopefully these drivers won't get as caught out as much as I did when I was racing in a social race for AOR before. So we've got Minx, we've got Dutchman, we've got Rainbow, and we've got O'Coxon, and we have got Seppel as well. What I should have done is I should have checked the abbreviations, but I forgot to check because I'm an idiot. So I will check them for you in a second just to be sure that I got the right ones right. So I'll get the driver list at some point as well. So it's a 10-minute qualifying. 3 or 4 minutes has passed already. If you're wondering why I'm still in the pit, is because like I said last week, the director and broadcaster bug is still there, where it requires both director and broadcaster just to be in the stream. So that's why you just got me in this mode. But it worked in the Janetta stream, so it should work well in this stream as well. So hope you're looking forward to it. It's going to be great. The last oval race that we had, which was in Texas, it was an absolutely fantastic race to enjoy. It was going to be one of my favourite races of the season. I like watching oval races, to be honest, because they just get you out there and just make sure that they give the best possible racing, which is pretty cool. So, and I'm actually very looking forward to the next race, the next oval race, which I'm not sure when that is yet. So our fastest person at the moment is Dutchman with a 1:30.8. We could see a varying of lap times due to the fact that this league has a varying ability, since not many people have signed up originally. So it should be very interesting just to see what happens. And I've just got the list of people who are racing just to be sure, but we've got some great ones. So Dutchman, Seppel, we've got I literally don't know who has that abbreviation. I don't know, but we have Rainbow, and I need to check these abbreviations, to be honest. But if anyone knows who these abbreviations are, I should have checked, but I forgot it won't let me check those abbreviations. So I do apologies about that. But I think what I could do is I could check the party. Oh, it's Rob's Hood, one of them. Rob's Hood is this guy here. We got Bessel in that other car as well. So there we go. I think I've managed to get all the abbreviations. There we go. So it helps if I had the party list on me so I knew who was driving. So Good old me. Good old me. And also massive shout out to all 19 of you that are watching the stream right now. And I hope you will enjoy the action that we've got for you. So, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to see if I can get the speedo. There we go. And get the onboard. Just to go on board as Coxon is going into the pits right now. Let's see who else is on a lap time. Nope. Dutchman's going into pits as well. Vettel, I think, is still on a lap time. Yeah, but he'll probably slow down pretty soon. I think we can't really tell if they're on an in lap or they're on an out lap. I don't know, but we have to wait and see. But he seems to be picking up the pace a little bit, so I think he is out for a run at the moment. He's looking pretty fast and going very cleanly as well. A very nice track to drive as well. It takes some very good scenery, and the IndyCar track always brings out the best in these drivers. And this is the part of the circuit now where you will see the speedway in the oval happen as well. So this is quite a familiar part of the track, but if they do cut the track, their time gets cut off in a lap time, and it's invalidated lap time. So fingers crossed they don't do that, and they keep the track as steady as they can. I've got to also keep an eye on the pit exit as much as possible as well, because this is where a lot of damage does happen. So they've got to be aware to make sure that they hit the corners absolutely right and they hit it to their potential. Now, the IndyCar race will be an hour race after this, so the laps will be equivalent of a 1 hour race, let's just say. So and if you're wondering where the PS4 stream is, unfortunately there's no PS4 stream tonight. Unfortunately, the commentators who were going to do this tier 1 tonight, they couldn't make it. There was the person that was streaming it is feeling very ill tonight, so there is no PS4 stream, but you still got the Xbox One stream today. Just to let you know, just to clear things up if you're wondering why there's no PS4 stream. But yes, I think Bessel did improve. Mix is also on a lap time as well. We've got quite a few people going out for laps as well, so let's see what they can do as much as possible. We also hope that the sound audio is alright as well. We're just keeping our fingers crossed that it is all good, but it seems to be alright at the moment. So no news is good news as far as I'm concerned, so we will keep up with what is going on at the moment. So Minx is going to try his best to improve his lap time, and his livery was on the thumbnail, which is absolutely good. So his delivery does actually look pretty nice. I absolutely love the livery that those guys have chosen for the league, so it is great to see. Then going now, he's going to one of those very tight chicanes coming up right here, which is, to be honest, very tough for me. It's very tough for the drivers, and it's tough for anyone to cope with. So let's see if Minx can improve on his time. He's about 7 seconds down at the moment, actually 6.5. I should be paying more attention to the lap times, but as he I'm not sure if he's going into the pits or not, but he's about to go across the line. In what lap time is he going to set? We will have to wait and see. It's a 1:37.2, so he's still about 6.5 seconds adrift at the moment. So we will keep an eye on that. But let us know your thoughts in the chat. Yeah. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So yeah. We've got 40 seconds remaining of this qualifying session then. And if you're wondering what's going on, there's loads of leagues happening as well for Project Cars 2. And the GT3 League sign-ups are still up. So if you are interested in signing up for the GT3 Leagues, make sure you sign up as soon as possible. I think sign-ups close on Sunday. So make sure you do it. And if you are new to the leagues, there are evaluation races where you can take part and make sure you get the best valuable points. So Rainbow is about to go to the pit, so he won't be improving. Let's see how Seppel does with his lap time as he comes across the line. No, he doesn't come across the line yet. I should be paying more attention as qualifying is just about to end. If we've got a few people saying that lap time, the fastest lap time so far is from Dutchman, which is a 1:30.6. So we will see if anyone else improves. Let's see how Coxon is doing as he crosses the line. They have all got to make sure they keep it to potential as well, just to make sure that they get it on there, get it up there as much as possible. So we are very, very pumped about this. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win this race? Let us know. Seppel's gone in slowing down, so I mean he's going into pit. No, he is actually improved. A 1:31.4, so that was a good lap, but unfortunately not enough to take pole. Coxon is slowing down as well. Let's see who else on a lap time. Hoods might be on a lap time. Let's see what he is doing at the moment. He's looking pretty good at the moment. Let's go on board with him as he is going through the famous part of the track where most ovals take place, which is quite good. The speedway version of the circuit actually holds the Daytona 24 hours every year, usually in January, and it's usually very fun to see the drivers have a lot of fun with that. So we'll make sure we'll follow it as much as possible. He's got 30 seconds, and he crossed the line. No, he doesn't improve. And let's see how Bessel does. He cross the line. No, he doesn't improve either. So ignore the engineer because I'm not racing, but hey ho. So anyway, Dutchman is going to be on pole position with Seppel in second place. We've got Rainbow in third, Coxon in fourth, Minx in fifth, Rob Hood in sixth, and Don Bessel in seventh place. So what a strategy so far. It is going to be very interesting to see how they do as far as strategy is concerned. I can see it being possibly a two-slot strategy, but again, we will have to wait and see to make sure if we can get these drivers up there and up and at it, basically. So yeah, I just retired so I can monitor what is going on. So if I just do that, there we go, just so I can see what is going on. So let me just switch scenes again. There we go. This is not the ideal way to view this, but it's better than nothing. A small grid, but some quality action we're about to see here. So very excited, but we can't see the time at the moment, or the laps or anything like that. But we will, as soon as we find out, we will find out for you. So yes. So we're about to get underway soon. Again, I think I'll need to check how many laps there are, because I think it won't say how many laps there are, to be honest, which is kind of annoying. So I will check for you. Obviously, there's a few drivers that can't make it tonight, but hopefully they'll make it next week for you. There is 40 laps around Daytona tonight, 40 laps. So we are excited to see what they can do. I know I keep saying excited, but I am excited. So just hope the drivers keep it clean. And I've been told by Seppels, who is the coordinator of this, to keep an eye on this. So right, here we go. So the formation lap is about to begin. It's annoying that I can't see what is going on at the moment, but with the laps, but I've got it on my screen. We go 40 laps, so we are prepared for this, guys. We are prepared. We just lost one driver. I don't know where that driver's gone, but hey ho, was the formation lap is about to begin, the rolling start, which happens pretty much on all Project Car Leagues in AOR, just to make sure that they keep it consistent. They warm up their tyres as much as possible. They are reduced to a certain speed around certain corners, and then they reduce to even further speed once they get to a formation point. And then when they get to the acceleration zone, which is the start-finish straight, it will be then up to our race leader, Dutchman, to floor it, and that will signify the start of the race. So that is how the race is going to go. So the race start time, it is in the evening. It is about 6 PM race time in the game. So it's going to be a lot of sunset. So visibility may go down a little bit. So that is why the drivers have got to be a little bit more aware of their surroundings. Got to check their mirrors quite a lot. And also make sure they look ahead at all times, because the sun could be glazing a lot with them. So they just got to be aware as much as possible. But again, we will keep an eye on that as well. And I hope you guys will too. So we've got Dutchman, we've got Seppel, we've got Rainbow, we've got Coxon, we've got Minx, we've got Hood, and we've got Dom Bessel. Those are our 7 drivers racing in this IndyCar League. There's only a few of them, but I was determined to put on a stream for them so they can watch it back and see the action that they've got today, because it is, to be honest, I'm very keen to give them a stream because it is nice to watch some action as well. They are hopefully going to keep it together as well, so and it's a chance for you to watch some action as well, because it is good to see about that, just to see the action that we've got, and it's just great, and it's a good way to entertain your Monday night. I nearly said Friday, but yeah, thank you for those people who said 30. So I will be checking also if anyone's had damage as well at the start, because obviously at the start there is a lot of carnage around Daytona usually, so we've got to be more aware, especially through the first corner. So we will watch as much as possible with that. So I hope you guys are ready for the Daytona Road race course here. We're about to get underway, starting the proper race then after the formation lap, as they are in a 2x2 formation at the moment. Hopefully they will be crossing the start finish straight soon. They are speeding up. Dutchman is starting to gain a good start, and we are underway. And Rainbow's has got a not bad start either, as Rainbow's tried to overtake Minx going into turn 1. We're just seeing if there is much carnage. Not at the moment by the looks of things, so that is looking good at the moment. But already Dutchman is in first, Rainbow in second, Rainbow catching up, Seppel in third. Definitely the best start from him, because he has not had the best of starts in the last few races of IndyCar, but he has definitely improved quite a lot here, so he is looking to do well. As we've got a battle, I think, right towards the back, I think, between Coxon and Minx, so we'll follow them, and we've got Minx and Bessel fighting as well. So let's go on board with Minx a second then. Let me just see a second. Oh, I'm almost on the wrong thing. There we go. There we go. I will keep that. There we go. I'm on the wrong camera. That's probably why. But there's someone that's trying to overtake, as Bessel tries to overtake Minx. He does, or someone, he does that quite nicely. Seppel is in third, as we said. Minx in fourth. We've got Coxon. So he's tried to defend from. It was Coxon, I mean, not. It is quite hard to try and keep up. At times we've got Hood to see if he can try and overtake Bessel. Yes, he does quite nicely there. Going to the final few corners of the lap. Absolutely amazing stuff. I will be keeping an eye on the fuel count as well, just to be sure as well. But so far, everyone has got away cleanly, which is brilliant, which is not normal. But due to the... Oh! I spoke too soon. Bessel was weaving a little bit there, but I don't think he's sustained any damage at all, which is absolutely brilliant. So we will keep an eye on him, and let's see how Hood is doing. He is slow way down for the rest of the pack, but we've got the midfield battling like there's no tomorrow. Minx and Coxon are battling close together as well, so that is brilliant. We've got Seppel as well trying to close in. Rainbow's not that far behind from Dutchman. Let's see if we can ride on board with him, because he is closing in. This is one of the most common corners where you can see possible people try to close in as much as possible, so we shall see about that. By the way, you can get involved with the stream by going on Twitter and using the hashtag AOR CARS. Oh no, it is to do with that, because obviously we're the only stream at the moment. Or you can get involved in the YouTube chat. I will be checking the YouTube chat as much as possible as well, because I'm very keen to get you guys involved in the streams, because we are a family, we are a community, and it just makes you feel very special, and it keeps you guys informed about what's happening as well. Now, the advantage of being of this mode, instead of being direct mode, I can actually see the track temperature. It's 91 degrees Fahrenheit and 115 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sorry, I don't know how to change it to Celsius, but I will in a second, as we've got Dutchman and Rainbow fighting. Rainbow's about 2/10 of a second now closing in, so that is absolutely brilliant. Oh my god, they could be fighting wheel to wheel here. Let's go on board with them once again, as Rainbow's doing ever so hard to try and catch up as well. Can Seppel close up as well? But this is the close battle we have. Rainbow's trying to make sure he gains enough space, and Dutchman is trying to leave some space. And that is very knowledgeable, that you know what the driver is capable of in terms of lines and the way that they drive, because that will probably help you with your overtaking as much as possible. And that is what these two guys are doing. They're keeping it as clean as possible, and it is amazing. So that is great, and it's probably very difficult to try and take our eyes off, because Rainbow's probably trying to make a move. No, he isn't. It's good, probably because there is a tight corner and he needs to brake, because if he did make the move there, he'll probably crash into a wall. So he chose the best move, I got to say, but we shall see going through here as Dutchman and Rainbow, as Rainbow's going at a really good speed, 174 miles per hour. They could go a bit high, going through the straight here, as Rainbow tries to cross through the outside line. Is he going to do it? Is he going to overtake? No, he is not. Dutchman defending quite nicely there. He knows where Rainbow is. That is definitely helping him at the moment, as he's going through the slower parts of the course at the moment, which is quite nicely done. But we can see Seppel not that far behind either, so I won't be surprised if Seppel can close between him and Rainbow. So we will have to wait and see how Seppel does, but we shall see with that, as they are closing in as much as possible. The wind speed is quite low at the moment, so I think these drivers are fully relieved about that. But the track temperature, obviously, because it's obviously sunset, it will start to get colder as the race goes on. So they will have to warm up their tyres a little bit more, just to make sure they keep the temperature. So they can't afford to push too much going towards the latter stages of the race. So we will keep an eye on that as well, just to make sure about that. But let's see how Seppel is closing in. Seppel not that far behind. Minx is trying to close in to defend of Coxon. What is Hood doing? Hood is trying to keep up. Best is trying to have a damage limitation, but we will see at the moment, as Rainbow was trying to make another move there, but he didn't let that stick. He just got to make sure that he keeps it together as much as possible. So Rainbow is about 1/10 separating him, and we are keeping it together as he's about to cross the line. Here we go. He is going wheel to wheel here. This could be anyone's game. Dutchman trying to defend. Rainbow trying to overtake. It is quite a short start-finish straight, so they've got to be aware when they overtake that they overtake as soon as, because otherwise they would be at a very disadvantage, really. So they've chosen the right moment. I think Rainbow seems to be slowing down on pace a little bit, but not as much. He's still about 0.5 of a second separating between him and Dutchman at the moment. Seppel is about, I think, 1.5 seconds separating him at the moment, so I won't be surprised if Seppel catches up to them anytime soon. But again, we shall have to wait and see for that one. Daytona brings back a lot of memories for these drivers. To be honest, it's a fan favourite, and it is also a driver favourite as well. So I'm not surprised that these drivers are keeping it clean. I can tell that these drivers as well have had a lot of practice as much as possible. As Rainbow is possibly going to try and make another move. Is he going to do it? No, he's not. It's like he always does the same move when he goes through the start-finish straight, but he decides to back out of it. But possibly, can he make the move done here? Both of them are doing completely different lines, but who's going to get the better line going into this turn? Looks like by the looks of things, Dutchman seems to be, but Rainbow and Dutchman are now side by side now. This is getting so crazy, so tense right now. My heart is definitely beating 1,000,000 miles per minute at the moment. Dutchman still managing to hold on to that position then, but Seppel is catching up like a hawk at the moment. If any one of Dutchman or Rainbow makes a mistake, this is where the opportunity for Seppel will be to pounce. So possibly Seppel could catch up to them, but we shall have to wait and see for that one. We can see them possibly also in the same camera shot as well, which probably helps quite a lot as well. So that just makes sure that they keep it at the best line. So far, all of them doing absolutely superb. Trying to make sure that they keep it together as much as they could. So, who's been your favourite standout driver so far this race? Just let us know as well. And tomorrow, if you are a big F1 2018 fan, the F1 2018 placements will be announced tomorrow. Don't ask me what time. Don't ask me what time they will be announced, because to be honest, I don't know when they're going to be announced, and I don't know the placements either. So, because I'll be commentating on those leagues, I know the same time as you do who is being placed in what league. So it is going to be. I think Hood is going to go to the pits. Looks like he's got a bit. I don't know. I think it was probably just for a schedule. Yeah, it is probably just for a scheduled pit stop. And I agree, Detox. Dutchman is driving superbly, making sure he keeps his lines very nicely done, so he knows when to pounce. And yeah, I'll know the same time as you guys do for the F1 2018 placements, which is absolutely good. And there's 3 different regions, which makes it so exciting. Oh my god, what's happened with Dutchman? I think Detox and I just jinxed it. I think we had a commentator's curse. Yes, we did have a commentator's curse. So, that's allowed Rainbow to go to the lead, a familiar territory for Rainbow. Some absolutely good stuff. Oh, Detox was probably our fault, you know. We were saying he had a good race, and now look at him. Now look at him. We probably regret saying some good things about that now. That's the thing, every time I do a stream on my own, I'm usually more prone to having commentators' curses more than anything. So, that means that's allowing Seppel to try and close in a little bit more onto Rainbow by the looks of things. Yes, he is. He's about 1.2 seconds behind at the moment, so he can close in. Seppel trying to stay out of trouble at the moment, which he is. It's brilliant. Minx is doing not too bad either. He's in a comfortable 3rd place. He is hoping to possibly score a oh, my wheel just nearly clipped there. I don't know why, but anyway, he is hoping to possibly score a podium. He got a few podiums in this IndyCar League so far, and he is really hoping to score some valuable points. I don't know what the championship is looking like at the moment, but after this round we'll have about 5 more rounds to go, so we're already pretty much nearly at the halfway stage of this league, so it is all to play for. The championship is definitely not over yet, so these drivers have got to not become too complacent, and they've got to be more aware. And Seppel, I do believe, has got a bit of a warning sign. I think he's got his lap time invalidated, but I think that's what the warning sign is, but I'm not entirely sure. The Seppel is now about, it was about 9 or 8 tenths a second ago. Now it's 9, 8 tenths now. It's getting extremely close right now. Let's see if we can go on board quickly with them too. And Seppel is trying to maximise his speed. The lap times this lap are very close between the top 3. A Rainbow 1:33.3. Seppel is faster than Rainbow at the moment. It is a 1:33.1. A great stuff from him. So Seppel is gaining on Rainbow all the time. If he gains on him every lap, then I wonder what he's going to do. To be honest, he's going to be a firecracker going into this. So, you know, we will have to wait and see what happens with that one. But catching up to them very soon. Minx 3rd. Dutchman has dropped himself all the way to 4th. That was a big mistake from him, but hopefully we're keeping our fingers crossed here. Hopefully he could do all he can to recover as much as possible as well. And I hope you guys are rooting for your favourite driver as well in the chat as well. So we're already on lap 10 of this IndyCar League season round number 5. I nearly said season 5, but we are not quite at season 5 yet. So do not worry. As Coxon has set a very good lap time as well. 1:34.8, so he's trying to catch up. Dutchman, 1:33.8. Mink's last lap was a 1:35.0, so not the fastest of laps here. The sign is to say that the driver is under a second to the car in front. Thank you, Detox, for that. Thank you for the heads up on that one. That just gave me a bit more understanding on that situation, so that was good. Okay, Seppel now has taken the lead. We kind of missed that battle then with Seppel and Rainbow. I do apologise about that, but I think Seppel has managed to get his strategy right, and because he's got a faster lap time, Seppel, a 1:32.6. That is a stronger of a lap so far, but already, because of the amount of people on the track, they are starting to gain a little bit more grip, even though the track gets a bit colder. So that is why it's very important to make sure that they gain as much tyre temperatures. He's got on a good temperature right now, but Rainbow's tyres is probably a little bit more colder than Seppel's. Yes, they are. So that's probably what has costed him just a tiny bit. So they are still catching up though. Rainbow is not giving up. To be honest, I like the fight that is being shown from Rainbow, not gonna lie. They're absolutely doing their absolute best to make sure that they stay at their potential. Now, I am trying to find my phone case because it's quite hard to have these glasses on as much as possible. So I will try and do my best to make sure that it keeps it together. So, if you just joined us, hello, welcome to the IndyCar League. We're at round number 5. We're almost halfway on the league at the moment. We are on lap 11 and Seppel is taking the lead on this lap already with a good lap time at this stage. But Minx could be on course to making sure that he defends from Dutchman as much as possible as well. So we will try and keep an eye on that as well with all those battles. Now, I'm going to turn the light off quickly and see if it makes a difference from my sight. So maybe that has made a difference, maybe that, maybe not. We shall have to wait and see as well. So and anybody that's got the Project CARS game, have any of you got the Ferrari DLC yet? Has anyone got the Ferrari DLC yet? Because to be honest, I have, because I got the season pass, and to be honest, it does look pretty darn amazing by the looks of things. The DLC looks pretty cool, and I hope there is one league that does a showcase of Ferrari DLC, because it just shows off his prowess, as it were, and it's just absolutely darn cool to show that. But unfortunately, not many people have the DLC, so that's why we can't do that. But you never know. You never know. So we are keen to get some more sign-ups for the Xbox One and all the other leagues as well, because we haven't got many for that. But we seem to get more sign-ups for the GT3, which is great. So don't forget, sign-ups are still open for that. So make sure you guys get involved for that as much as possible. And Seppel's about 1.6 seconds clear of Rainbow there. So he's definitely gaining all the time, even though I can see him and Rainbow in the same camera shot. So yes, what about how's Minx doing? Minx is doing not too bad. Coxon is doing decently. He is gonna, I think, to be honest, excuse me, to be honest, he is, I think he's just lapped Hood. I think everyone has lapped Hood, to be honest, in this race. So we shall see about that. Now, I think it'll be better for me if I take my glass socks. It's a bit sharp, and that's probably why causing me to lose a bit of vision at the moment, but we shall see. And while this race is going on, since there's not much overtakes, but we've got Rainbow closing in, I'm going to see if I can find some interesting facts about Daytona. What facts do you want to know about the Daytona circuit? Just let us know more information, because I am keen to find out a little bit more. Maybe I can tell you a little bit more also about the lap records as well, because I wonder what lap records are set on this track in IndyCar especially. Because it does vary on the length of the track as well, and the type of car that you run as well. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to switch the light on again. Hold on. I thought it would make it better with the light off, but actually it makes it worse for me to see. So There we go. So, lap 13, Seppel in the lead. Now 6/10 seconds. So, Rainbow is starting to gain a bit more pace. Rainbow improving on his lap time. Rainbow is on a 1:32.9. Seppel's on a 1:33.4. So, possibly the tables have turned a little bit. Seppel has got to make sure that he has some very good defending on the way. So, we're keeping close eye to make sure that you guys can see the battle as much as possible as well. So, let us know what is going on with that. But I'm going to try and find some facts about Daytona, and I will explain it to you in a second. But we're not gonna miss this battle in a hurry, are we? Rainbow was going to try and make the move on Seppel again. Let's see if he can do it. Let's go on board with the pair of them. At the moment, we are almost on the halfway stage of this IndyCar Daytona race course. At this stage, but not at the moment. Rainbow 1:32.1. So Rainbow is definitely matching Seppel on pace at the moment. But Rainbow is starting to run out of fuel a little bit. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see how much Seppel is on fuel. Fuel, he's on about 9 as well. But Seppel has more fuel. But to be honest, I will need to double check as well. Also, how much fuel people use per lap as well. So I will keep an eye on that, just to make sure I know how much people are using per lap. So they're on 7.3 right now, but they do use a bit more fuel going into the straights, and possibly when they brake quite a lot as well. So as long as they don't brake too hard and lift and coast, they should be able to conserve as much fuel as possible to make sure that they go through and possibly either do a 1-stop or possibly 2-stop. Some people may think that 1-stop is possible, but again, the majority of people will go for the 2-stop strategy. So we shall make sure about that, just to be sure what happens. So a bit more about the Daytona race course. So it was actually in the Daytona race course, also in the GT Sport as well. And it utilised the bank turns of the high-speed oval, along with a tight infield section and a mid-speed double chicane on the back straight, which we just seen. And this is where they also hold the 24 hours as well. So they need to make sure that the track is there to make sure they provide a lot of reliability and sensibility for the IndyCars, the LMPs, the GTEs, GT3s, etc. And it is best suited for touring cars like just the Super GT or DTM. I do believe the Super GT American version is Japanese version is what Jensen Button is running on, and both the leaders then are in the pits. So to be honest, it is a battle of the pit crew right now. Who's going to come out on top? Minx is going into the pits as well. I'm just seeing. There is pits right there. Sorry. For those of you that did not hear what I just said, there were a few. Oh, and I think no, Minx is still in the pits right now. Seppel's come out in front. Rainbow's gone out. Minx hasn't come out yet, but obviously they gone out after. So looking very promising from Seppel. He's got to keep it together and make sure that he doesn't have much damage across the pit exit there, because otherwise their lap time will get invalidated, and we wouldn't want that, would we? So we've got Rainbow that is trying to keep up now. Obviously the lap times will improve properly once they go out the pits. So we'll make sure we'll do that then, just to make sure that they are aware on the pace they can achieve as well. So, and I think Hood, yes, Hood has got a time penalty, but the thing that is props to him, he is doing ever so well in making sure he is on the right amount of fuel. He has enough. Oh! I swear, I keep saying good things about a person and they just die. So, Hood has lost his front wing. I think I was a bit worried I would caught that on stream, but unfortunately I have. I'm really sorry, but I think Bessel was pitted at the right time as well. He's going into the pits at the moment. How is Coxon doing with this draw? He's pitted already. Dutchman's pitted already. I think, to be honest, everyone is pitted already. But we got Minx and Dutch battling it out. We were predicting to see some battles from Minx and Dutch throughout the race, but we could see them battling again, which will look to be quite nice. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Just be sure it's tight first corner there. They almost made the move. To be honest, it would have been nice to see that move there, but there would have had a little bit more carnage as much as possible as well. Dutchman. It looks like Dutchman is back into third. Oh! We have contact. Dutchman and Minx have been involved in more contact. I think it'll be some more damage from Dutchman, but I think for Minx, a chance of a podium here in Daytona, where he was looking so strong at the moment. His chance for that is not looking like high hopes at the moment, which is a bit of a shame for Minx. So we feel deeply sorry about that. Can Coxon close up? We will have to wait and see. Now, I'm going to get my glass of water a minute, because I forgot to get a glass of water and I'm quite thirsty. So I will be back in a minute. There we go. I have just gotten a drink then, and looks like, I think with the damage that both of them have had with the incident just gone, it looks like Dutchman has gone away unscathed, but you probably will have to pit again pretty soon to make sure that he doesn't lose out on those things as well. So we just got to keep an eye on just to make sure they don't get involved in many more trouble. But I know them, Dutchman and Minx, are very nice guys, so they will probably apologise to each other and discuss what went wrong and see if they can improve. Dutchman is struggling ever so slightly, possibly Minx can gain a little bit more speed. Around, Dutchman is trying to defend. Can he defend off Minx? Yes, he can. He is going at a very fast speed right now, but their lap times are basically shortened, basically quite low at the high at the moment because of that damage. You can actually tell how that damage has made the fail. Dutchman, I think, Dutchman has conceded the position to Minx. Minx has overtaken him, but Dutchman could possibly get the move done again on. You see, we'll have to wait and see. It's a big squeeze going into that corner there. They almost touched, but they didn't touch. It's an incredible clean racing that we're seeing at the moment. It's great to see some battles that we've had. I think we've seen battles happening from all the way through the field at the moment. So absolutely fantastic. It's great just to see those battles. And I know we got a few drivers, but to be honest, for me, quality over quantity we are showing some absolutely fantastic racing here at the Daytona Beach Circuit, the road course version, of course. As if you're new to AOR, Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who do create lovely capture cards, just like the one I'm using right now to stream the stream out to you guys. And it is the Elgato HD60S. And to be honest, without it, I don't know how I would stream to AOR, because it is just very good quality, good frame rate. You can create very good highlights for it. It doesn't produce much lag at all, but to be honest, it does depend on the type of PC that you get and the CPU. Obviously, if you have a much slower CPU, it may demand on you a little bit, as Seth was trying to get away from that lapped car there. But anyway, but if you're on an Xbox or on a PS4 and you want to find a way to try and make sure that you record your highlights, the Elgato HD60S is definitely the way to go. So definitely get one of those, and to be honest, you will be in 7th heaven with an Elgato. And there's also other products that they have as well, which is the Cam Link, where you can record directly from your camera to your PC. There's also lovely green screens for 4K Pro as well, which is quite nice. Rainbow's got a bit of damage. Has he lost his front wing or something? Or it might be just me. It might be just me. No, it hasn't. It might be just me. And also throughout the stream as well, I've been using the lovely Stream Deck, which, to be honest, it was really cool. And I can do multi-actions. I can press certain things, and then it will go to a scene at OBS that I configured, and that is pretty nice as well. So that is cool as well. But also, other sponsors we have are Thrustmasters. A lot of people do have wheels from Thrustmasters, and it is very good that we are sponsored by them. And we're also sponsored by GT Amiga Racing, who provide some very good, fantastic rigs for people. So we are very lucky to have these sponsors being represented for Project CARS 2 in AOR as well. And also, if you haven't checked out the new website yet, I strongly recommend you get that, because it is cool. So I strongly recommend you to go and check out the site, because it is brilliant and they have worked very hard. There will be a phase 2 of the website coming up soon. To be honest, I don't know when it's going to be, but as soon as I find out, I will tell you as much as possible as well. Again, if you have any questions about the Project CARS Leagues in general, please let us know in the chat, and I will do my very best to get involved in the conversation and ask you guys questions. So yes, and I am a curse. Detox, yes, I am a curse. I've been a curse throughout most of the stream, to be honest. So I won't say anything more. As a Dutchman is, and we've got Rainbow trying to make the move on Seppel. I'm sorry, let's get the battle closing in at the moment. 1 second in, closing in. That exclamation mark sign is definitely helping at the moment. Seppel and Rainbow are pretty much on good, decent lap times. They are consuming a bit of fuel, but it is all about overtaking here in these IndyCar around this Daytona track. It's a great corners to overtake, and Rainbow has just spun it there. Oh my god, another commentator's curse. Jesus, oh my god, I'm not doing very well with commentator's curses today. This is probably my third, or my fourth commentator's curse of the stream. Why? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, but looks like he seems to be losing out on pace at the moment, which is allowing Seppel to go into the lead again, and not go into the lead again, but retain his lead, as I should say. So he should retain his lead as long as he pulls up his lap times like he does before. Then he should be absolutely fine. So Yes, a massive shout out to all 2 of you. And I think there's 2 of you watching the stream at the moment, so very good to see at the moment. And if you guys are watching the stream back, hello as well. So already on lap 23 out of 40, so already halfway, and it is all to play for. And don't forget, it is not over until the penultimate corner of the final lap, and then it can decide what happens with these types of things. So we will keep an eye on all the drivers. We've started with 7 drivers, and we still got 7 drivers left, which is absolutely fantastic. So massive shout out to all of you 7 drivers that are keeping it in and making sure that they drive as good as possible. And keeping it together as well. So hope you guys are all enjoying it. So if you are enjoying the AOR stream, by the way, as well, please don't forget to click the little thumbs up button and subscribe and turn notifications on so you know when to see a video from or a stream from AOR next. AOR, we pretty much stream on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So those are the days that you get an AOR stream on the channel. The only days you don't get are Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you are actually quite lucky that you get to see AOR streams for about 5 days of the week, which is brilliant. So you are actually quite lucky, and you get a variety of streams to choose from different platforms as well. So it's definitely a win-win situation here. So yes, I'm actually going to find out a bit more about the Daytona International Speedway app itself, because there are, excuse me, sorry about that, I keep yawning today, but to be honest, it has been quite a busy day at work, so that's probably why. But anyway, the Daytona's got the Daytona 300 coming up in February as well. We've all seen lots of IndyCar action happen, and I've actually got a bit of history there. And Daytona is actually called the World Centre of Racing, and to be honest, it is. A lot of people who race know a lot about Daytona. It has been a fixture of the heart of the stock racing calendar since NASCAR was introduced, and that is where a lot of land speed records were broken as well. But it didn't really not take off until the 1930s, and what happened was Bill France Sr. was heading south to a prospective new start in Miami in 1934, and then his car broke down in Daytona Beach and he decided to settle there. And then he entered the beach race for the first time, and 3 years later has taken over the promotion of the races. So make sure that the races get as much advertisement as possible as well, which is pretty good, if I say so myself. And he founded NASCAR, and there was the increase of speeds there as well. And Daytona was a popular destination for holiday makers, so NASCAR became a popular league to watch. And the solution to make sure that that they won't be racing on the beachfront as much is to build, what France's solution was to build a permanent speedway facility. And then he discussed the plans, which was exciting, and it allowed the cars to reach high-speed corners, and it was going to be about $10,000 a year. I wonder if it's still $10,000 a year. I don't know. To be honest, now it will probably be more than that, knowing them. And that was when the Daytona Beach Speedway Authority was formed as a result to see through the works. And then the construction began, and Clint, I nearly said the word Clint one, but anyway, Clint Murchison, he loaned about $600,000 around the construction equipment, and he also had funding from Coca-Cola. And old Dutchman has bought it again. I'm not sure what happened for Dutchman. He's lost his front ring. It's going to be very hard for Dutchman to recover at the moment, but I think he's going to try and make his way to the pits. he has lost his front wing. He's lost a bit of his rear wing as well. So a lot of damage from him. It's going to be very hard around this corner especially. He's got to make sure that he limps it back home. We don't want to see him retire at the moment. We just hope we don't. So he's going to do all his best to make sure he gains the speed that he needs. He just went through the grass there. Probably his lap time will probably be invalidated. But to be honest, it doesn't matter for him because his lap time would have been slower due to that incident anyway. But if he would have gained more advantage, then probably his lap time would have been invalidated. But we shall see for that one. So yes, and whoop. So that means Dutchman is going to the pits at the moment. So let's see what damage he has received. He is probably going to be there quite a long time by the looks of things, which is just a shame. So he was looking on a very strong start and then he just bottled it. So he is known for bottling it things, but he's got to show more consistency, and hopefully he'll show some more consistency towards the end of the race. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, our toes and fingers crossed, just to be sure about that. And yeah, so we will not follow Dutchman. Let's keep a close eye on Coxon, because Coxon has overtaken Dutchman now, but he's a bit further behind from Minx. But we haven't given much coverage to Coxon, but that's because he hasn't been involved in much battles. But he has been keeping it together. He has been showing some very decent lap times. So maybe he can keep it consistent, definitely, as well. So we will try and make sure that we get involved as well. I mean, Bettel's gone into the pits as well. He's been stuck in the pits for quite a long time, as he's got a big gap between the leaders. So that is good. So that is not good. It's quite bad for him to stay in the pits for that long. How is Rainbow doing trying to catch up to Seppel? He's about 8.7 seconds now. We can't see the exact gap between everybody else due to the fact that I'm at this view. If you're wondering why I'm at this view, it's due to the fact that in Project Cars 2 now, due to the new update that happened a few weeks ago, basically what happens is it requires both a broadcaster and a director. You can't have more than one. So you can't have just the one. Bettel's been in the pits for a long time. Even he's been saying in the chat as well, they haven't been going as well. We are keeping our fingers crossed for you, Dom, that you go out the pits, please. Please let this not be a pitch glitch. If this is a pitch glitch, I will feel so sorry for you. I'll literally feel so bad. So keeping our fingers crossed. Yes, he's gone out of the pits, but he's in last. But he's got to learn not to give up here. He's got to be aware about what's happening. Seppel definitely approaching it with very good speed. This is definitely one of his stronger tracks at the moment. But again, I'm not going to say anything more because I don't want to jinx anything. So I jinxed it with quite a lot of drivers already, but I don't want to jinx it with him, so I will keep an eye on that. Mink in third place. Looks like the podium is still set to be his at the moment. It was looking like it was slipping through his fingers earlier on, but he is managing to recover a bit more, which is brilliant. So fantastic. So we have Seppel there in first, but I think Coxon is going to the pits as well for his scheduled pit stop. He's got 8.3 litres of fuel, but he wants to make sure that he could gain the pace that he needs and make sure he lasts to the end. So that is probably why that he has decided to pit now when he can. So he's chosen to pit now. As Seppel is still in the lead. Let's see where Minx is. Minx is in third. But I think everyone else is quite farther behind. He's comfortably where he is. But as long as he doesn't bottle in, doesn't get any damage or anything. But lap times, Seppel is already showing to be a classman of his own as far as lap times are concerned. So great to see what is going on here. But we got Rainbow here, just making sure that he goes up to his potential. We're almost on lap 30 now. I'm actually going to tell you a little bit more about the track itself again, because say a few more facts due to the fact there has been much battles going on at the moment. So Seppel's going to the pits right now. He's one of the first to pit out of them. I don't think Rainbow's pitted yet. No, Seppel and Rainbow are pretty much pitting at exactly the same time. They have got a similar strategy. Again, it will be up to the pit crews. We'll be following as much as possible just to see how close they can get. We shall see what happens. Seppel, that was a quick pit stop. That was amazing. He's going on out the pits right now. That was clean. That was a good pit stop. Props to him. So he's in the lead. He has gained with advantage, but Rainbow is still in the pits. But I won't be surprised if he goes out of the pits soon enough. Yes, he does. But Minx is in second. But Minx will have to pit soon as well because he's on about 7.1 litres of fuel, and he'll probably have to pit for tyres as well. Coxon should be on enough to go into the end. Dutchman, so Coxon will probably be in third, I think, provisionally. Dutchman is having enough fuel as well. Hood is, I think it's either it's getting lapped, I think, by Seppel, I think. Yes, he is. He's been lapped a couple of times this race. But he's not giving up, which is great, to be honest. I love this type of livery as well. To be honest, I haven't seen him much racing, to be honest, in the IndyCar Leagues. So it's absolutely great to see him racing as much as well. So it is great. It is fantastic. And also, as it's approaching the final 10 laps of this race then, who do you think is going to get driver of the day? Let us know by going on the chat and letting us know. And if you are interested, and if you are watching this back, out of all the action you have seen tonight, because you probably have seen all of it, who you think is going to drive of the day? Who you think? Just let us know, and I will let you know my opinions towards the end of this race. I will let you know. As Minx has gone into the pits right now for his scheduled pit stop, he had the amount of fuel that he has remaining was about 3.3. So he just about made it, but he knew his fuel strategy. Rainbow's now back in second, but because of Seppel's quick pit stop, that allowed him to stretch the gap. Again, the lap times are tumbling due to the pit stops they have to make. But we will see what the lap times are towards the end as well. So, and also, if I can find the calendar for the rest of the season, I will tell you what other races that we got this season as well. So, we will keep an eye on that. So, that was a good pit stop from Minx. He's still in third place. Let's see where Dutchman is. Dutchman is in fifth. Coxon's still in fourth. To be honest with you, I don't think the order is going to change much, I don't think. I think the order is probably going to stay pretty much the same. But you never know. So, no, there's not much battling going on or any pit strategy going on. Definitely, I will tell you a little bit more about the track. And as I was saying more, the funding got short for the Daytona track, and the final stage of construction was going was needed through the advanced ticket sales that happened. And the track opened for business on the 6th of February 1959. And it was a massive step forward, and the spectators were pretty much impressed with what happened. And on February the 22nd, the inaugural, oh my god, I think someone has been forced ride. I think that was Bessel from Hood. But there were a few laps down, don't forget, so that's probably why. But anyway, 42,000 people attended the Daytona 500. And Lee Petty narrowly beat out Johnny Beauchamp in a photo finish. And to be honest, to have a photo finish in the first Daytona 500, that is just absolutely crazy. So it's great to see that. And the Daytona 500 is still NASCAR's Blue Ribbon event. And there has been short 3.1 miles and 1.2 mile road course variants, just like the road course we are seeing today. There was no major modifications to the road course until roughly about 1975, and that's when a bus stop chicane was introduced at the end of the back straight, just like we've seen earlier, and to slow speed to the bank final oval turn. And then the course turned back onto the oval turns 5 and 6 back in 1984. And then in the following year, there was a construction of a new pit lane exit. So, to be honest, with a Daytona track, we have seen a lot of changes. And that is great. That is great to see that we see a lot of changes with tracks, because it makes things more interesting. So, it just makes it more fun, in my opinion. But, you know, it's just cool. And let me just find some more facts again. Hold on. And there were lights that were installed around the track in about 1989. I nearly said 1988 then. Why did I say 1988? 1998. I need to get my words right. But anyway, there was a July race, a NASCAR July race, and it was a Coke Zero 400. And to be honest, that was a weird name for a race, but yeah. And it was the world's largest single lighted outdoor sports facility until there was another track that overtook it in 2008. And then that's when the 24 hours began, and it was largely run in darkness. And only 20% of the lighting is employed at night during the endurance. And then I think the final time the chicane got revised was in 2003. And there were further changes that got revised as well. So we shall see. It is great that they have developed this throughout the years as much as possible as well. So I was seeing a lot of drivers are getting penalties. And the only ones that haven't got penalties is Seppel, Minx, and we lost the driver. I don't know what we lost Hood. We lost Hood. I don't know what's happened with Hood. But Hood is gone. He is out. Bessel seems to be struggling a little bit as well, but I'm sure he can recover ever so slightly, so we are hoping that he does. He is slowing down ever so slightly though. The track temperature seems to be decreasing, but and the wind speed is increasing as well. It was 2 miles per hour earlier on, and now it's 3 miles per hour. So yes, as Seppel is on lap 35 right now, then his nearest challenger is about 33.1 seconds. I think he hasn't won a race in the Project CARS Leagues for a while. Probably since the GT3 Leagues in the season 10. I forgot what round he won it in, but this will definitely This will definitely give some confidence boost a bit more for him. Because I think the move that he made on Rainbow earlier on and what the carnage that he had with Dutchman probably helped him a little bit more. So, yes, that just helped him ever so slightly just to make sure that they do to their potential. So, we are on lap 35. Now we've got 5 more laps to go. I'm trying to find a bit more facts for you, just because there's not much battles going on at the moment. I hope you guys are excited about next week's. And to be honest, the final round of the Daytona Leagues will be taking place on Wednesday. So make sure you do check out the AOR channel on Wednesday for more information. Because the final leagues, the final rounds do make it very interesting as well. And make sure you stay tuned in for that 8 PM BST in the UK. So make sure you do check that out. A few of these drivers that are racing here are racing in those leagues as well. And do expect a lot of carnage. Definitely do expect a lot of carnage for those. Do expect it as much as possible. So, hey ho with that one. And not a big grid tonight, but definitely these guys have definitely brought their racing craft into this, which is, I love it. I love it when they bring their race craft to this. It just makes sure that it gives the league their full potential. So, I hope you guys enjoy the stream as much as possible as well. I try to make sure that I made the stream entertaining. And if any of you have any feedback on how you think the streams can be improved as well, please let me know as well, because I'm keen to improve on the stream and make sure that we have a lot of things going on as well. So it is good. So not many people watching, but better than nothing. And we've got 3 more laps left of this intense IndyCar League. And it is just great, to be honest. How's your day been so far, guys, as well? Let us know in the chat as well. As you can see, the sun is starting to set quite noticeably at the moment. It is getting quite hard for it to see, but to be honest, I like when the sun sets on this type of track, because it is pretty darn amazing just to see those parts of the track, to be honest. I don't know if any of you agree with me, but it is great. It is great to see as well. So I just love it. Absolutely love it to see that type. And Bestel's gone in the pits. He is struggling again. It is probably a definitely a race to forget for him, which is a shame. I think Coxon has gone into the pits as well. So possibly a damage between him and Bessel, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to make any judgment calls or anything like that. I don't know, to be honest. But we shall see for that one. And I don't know why I keep saying and very weirdly, but hey ho. But anyway, yes. And yes, there's a Rainbow. I don't think it's going to catch. No, there's no way that a Rainbow is going to catch up to Seppel. But Seppel, a 1:31.8. That's his fastest lap time so far this race. It probably would have been better earlier on, but incredible. And with 2 more laps to go, I think Seppel can possibly gain some faster time than that, which will be amazing. Absolutely amazing. So we shall see about that. And I think since the game has been out for over a year now, the new Project Cars 2 games have been out for over a year. What's been your favourite bit about playing Project Cars 2 as well? Because I've started playing, I think about, I can't remember, I started playing Project Cars properly about March last year, or March this year I mean, and it was very good. It's been really fun. I like driving certain cars. I like driving with people. It's absolutely really fun. And I would like to race an AOR League in Project Cars 2 at one point. But I will definitely need a lot more practice first before I could do that. That'll be my ultimate goal, is to practice so hard that I could be at a standard where I can race in a Project Cars League. That'll be amazing. Like these drivers. But I'm not, to be honest, I am not at that standard yet. So that is why I am not up for it at the moment. But, you know. And I think Bessel did crash on his own accord. Aww. What a shame, Dom. It was looking... You were looking to not give up there. But we shall see. We shall see about that. So... We've got one more lap to go. Well, 2 more laps to go, in fact. And it's setting, looks like Seppel to lose. Bessel's gone out of the pits. Coxon, I nearly said Ocon. I nearly said Esteban Ocon. That would have been a disaster, wouldn't it? But anyway, it looks like it's Seppel's to lose. So fingers crossed Seppel doesn't bottle it. But again, I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to jinx anything. So trying to keep it clean and together. And keeping it together. Why am I singing on the stream? I don't think the guys will be pretty happy if I'm singing on the stream, but there we go. Trying to keep it together. So, what I'm going to do also is check the calendar for you, because I'm not sure. I think the oval races, I think round number 7 and 8, I think, or is it 6 and 7? I will double check the calendar for you, and I will tell you what the next race is as well, just to keep you guys informed. So let me just check as we're about to start the final lap of this IndyCar round number 5 then. And Seppel's done a great job. Rainbow had a bit of carnage towards the start, but he managed to hold it together and keep it in second place. So he is definitely going to score some valuable points in this to make sure that he is doing well in the championship. Round number 6 is actually in Road America next week. And I'm excited about Road America. I've raced in Road America before, but I never actually commentated on it. But I'm excited about that. It's going to be fun next week. The oval's not till around 8. So that's when the ovals are. But yeah, I'm excited about Road America. But this race here in Daytona has definitely given a lot of excitement, to be honest. It is just been awesome to see the overtakes, and I hope to see more overtakes next week in round number 6. But I know these drivers can definitely bring out the best in them as much as possible as well. And Seppel is about to cross the start-finish straight, and he goes on to win round number 5 here at Daytona Road Circuit. It won't be that long before Rainbow crosses the line, but Rainbow played the strategy quite well. But Seppel and Rainbow had similar strategies. So what set apart Seppel from Rainbow was Seppel managed to time their pit stops right and have the right amount of fuel they did to take to the race. I think it was just position, that's why Rainbow had a disadvantage there. But both of them again did very well. So as Rainbow crosses the line in second, great finish as Minx is going to get his second, well, I'm not going to do this anymore, but Minx is going to cross the line and get his second podium. I think, is it his second podium? I don't have a clue, but it will be his second podium. He's got a few more corners to go though, so is he going to do it? Is he going to not bottle it? I don't think. I think he will still get a podium though, because Dutchman is about a lap down. So I think Mink should be fine getting that podium. That podium will probably be his. So he crosses the line. He's probably gonna celebrate when he crosses through the line. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. But he slows down but he crossed the line. He is, yes, he's weaving. He is so excited. As we got the results, but it won't let me select any other drivers at the moment. There we go. It's Dutchman. I think it's already crossed the line. I think already, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they AI, but you know, we shall see. So we got our final results. We've got Seppel in first place, Rainbow in second, Minx in third, Dutchman in fourth, Coxon in fifth, Don Bessel in sixth, and Robert Hood in seventh, who retired. It does say me is retired, but due to the fact that of the broadcaster director thing, then it still says that. But interestingly, Coxon got a 50-second penalty, Rainbow got a 1 second, Bessel got a 10 second, and Robert Hood got a 16. So it is close. So very close with penalties. But I'm going to have to end the stream there. But thank you very much for watching the IndyCar League for round number 5. Quality over quantity today, I think. We've seen some very good battles and I really enjoy myself. So thank you to the drivers who have given me something to watch. It's been fantastic. We will be back next week for IndyCar, but if you want more Project Cars 2 action, make sure you join us on Wednesday evening for the Ginetta GT5 League, the final round. It will be the championship decider. Who is going to take the championship? We shall have to wait and see. But there's also Ginetta GT5 happening also for PC and PS4 as well. But obviously I'll be broadcasting the Xbox One. So make sure you stay tuned in for that. On Friday will be iRacing. On Saturday, the good news will be rFactor will be beginning. rFactor 2 Formula 1 Leagues will be back for Season 2. So make sure you do check out the AOR stream for that. I do believe that's at 6:30, I think, on the channel. Make sure you do check that out. Or it'll be the final round also of Dirt 4 on Saturday evening at 8 PM. And on Sunday, the AOR Hype Energy F1 2018 Season 16 Leagues will begin. So make sure you check that out as well. But until then, I've been JessGames95 and good night.